Yeye alikuwa kwa nini?
Your attention please. Please take care of your personal belongings and do not leave any of your luggage unattended. Due to reasons, unattended luggage and parcels will be removed from the terminal area.
This is a security announcement. All persons.
There's this idea like that Africa is this put upon continent, you know. The attitude I find that outside of Africa people go, everyone in Africa is absolutely lovely. Everyone in Kenya is so nice, they've just been dealt a hard card. That's not true. Like any society in the world, you have people who are just, you have thieves, you have people who are like, in other countries where you have social service, they just want to live off it, they don't want to actually go and get jobs. You have people like that in Kenya as well, and you have people like that in the slums. But as well, you have people who work very, very hard. The whole charity sector is not really well audited. If you give your money to Alleviate or something like that, do you know where it goes?
This is the problem that we had with the other organization. They received millions of shillings, but none of that money went to the ground.
There is corruption, so they can view it as a country whereby people are not living cohesively and people are corrupt.
That is why we parted, so that we can at least meet the main objectives for the community, because we felt the community needed more than what they received from the previous organization.
naweza furahia sana. Juu maisha ni ngumu hapa, niko na watoto 5. Naona sina kazi, nafanya kazi ya kuosha watu tuziombo, wananilipa 20 bob. Unaona nyumba ndio hiyo ni bei ghali, chakula ni bei ghali, masomo. Unaona?
NGO nishawaisikia, lakini wakuni direct hakuna.
Wanakujaga lakini hakuna kitu wanatusaidia nao. Wanatuhoji tu na wanaenda, hakuna venye wanatusaidia. Respond yani venye walikuwa wanatuuliza.
People in the slums, they don't want to change, and they are so dependent on aid. And like if you like to try change their attitude, it's very, very, very difficult because they're always looking for something for free.
People don't like to do maybe things for themselves, but mostly they like handouts.
I think the biggest problem in the slums is the NGOs that work in there. There's too much dependency. If you're getting food for free every day, why are you going to go work? Whereas instead you can join into a feeding program from an NGO and you'll get that for free. Now what if it's you, what are you going to do? When you go there first though, you assume that everyone is there because they can't get jobs, that life's really dealt them a bad card. When you get to in and understand living there, a lot of the people that are living there during the day are people who actually aren't choosing to work. For the whole NGO industry as a whole, it's one of the most unaccountable industries in the world. Surely if you're given money, you want to see some sort of return from it. I don't understand why NGO industry, community-based organisations, all these groups that assist people, why there isn't mechanisms in place to say, okay, if I give you this money, where is it going? Where are the results? Surely you should be learning from your mistakes. If it hasn't worked, then go back and look, why hasn't it worked? What are you doing wrong? But if the policies remain the same, if the programs remain the same, and nothing changes, what's the point in continuing with them? So our whole issue is that NGOs shouldn't be seen as a charity, or organisations who assist people. They should be run as a business. If the end result doesn't have to be a profit margin, COH profit margin, the end result has to be, how has this helped somebody? And if it hasn't helped somebody, then you should be changing the way you're actually doing your work.
With development pamoja, we thought, with our experiences, we decided everybody should be involved in everything that we do. If we are providing funds, then the communities should participate in the cost sharing thing, so that if a community decides to have 100% project be funded by development pamoja, we are actually not going to give them anything for free. They have to meet us halfway.
It's a kind of motivation to the community, okay? You don't depend so much. It's like waking somebody. Rise up and work it for your own. Development Pamoja seeks the community's opinion. What are your needs?
There's no two ways about it. Usually the opportunity is money, credit, finance, something that someone can actually make a start of something. One of the reasons why we do income generating activities is there's no access to capital for people in these areas. There's no banks. So what you have, that's all you can ever spend. So what we do is bring the loans to them.
Na maybe wameleta au bado. Sasa juzi daktari,
mulikuja kutafuta walemavu, si ndio? Not walemavu, watoto wa yatima. Ndio mlikuja kutafuta watoto wa yatima. Nikapata hata mlemavu hapa. Nasema mtasaidia kijana kusomesha, mkasaidia pesa kidogo, nalipa shule. Sasa msema mnataka to develop sisi wenyewe. Mtajisaidia mwenyewe, jitegemee. Ndio nikaamua ile nilime. Nini? Sauri baba yake hata hawezi nunua hata sukari, hata sabuni. Hii hawezi, hata kula kwa budget yake. Hata juzi penye msara umetoka, hajaenda kula msara. Friday hapo enda kazi anakunywa pombe. Lakini anategemea tu mimi. Sasa jana nikamwambia tuende shule, hata wewe jua mshule ya mtoto yako. Imagine mtoto form 3 baba ajui shule penye iko. Nikamwambia tuende shule. Alikataa. Nikamwambia isienda.
With our loans as well, we don't charge them interest. I mean, we're not in the business of making money, so all we want to do is see people manage money properly. And if we give them a loan, we want them to bring it back into us. They need to pay us back a set amount every month. And if they're late, they have to pay a fine. Well, we feel that it's teaching people responsibility, and we feel that we're coming from a different part from other organisations where, it's okay to fail because look, we'll just cover the costs anyway if you have a problem. If these people know that every month they have to pay us back X amount of money, and it's not a lot, it's between €10 and €20 is what they pay us back every month. But if they know they have responsibility, not only that, they know that this money is meant to be going to help their children. They also know then, because the children are being assisted in school, those children need to cop on in school and actually work towards getting a good education. There are an awful lot of people who need it, but who, if we give it to them, they will make the best out of it. Now sometimes that means the projects will fail, that they start themselves, they might try start a new business. It is going to fail. Wherever you are in the world, start-up businesses are going to fail, but I want to see them trying. And I want to see maybe on the second go or the third go that it will work and they will actually be able to better their lives. Now you could opt to see someone they're like incredibly poor, and you do see that, but they're not willing to make the effort. Well, there's no point us giving people like that money, because we're not going to help them. Maybe we'll feed them for a day. What's the point in giving them food for a day? What are they going to look tomorrow? What are they going to eat? Don't get me wrong, there are situations that we meet and you simply have to give someone money to go to the hospital. The child is 6 years of age. When he was very young, the parents noticed that there was a problem with him. They didn't really know what it was. So what they did first was started giving him herbs, and they thought that would fix him. That obviously didn't work for him. A lot of cases like that in these areas, in rural areas like that, a lot of the parents and the family will believe that the child is actually, it's some bad spirit in him. Maybe some witch doctors put a spell on him or something like that. So it's as if they're even accepting it. Now we don't know in the long run what we can actually do with this child, but he deserves to get a proper diagnosis. If it's spina bifida, we can actually see what steps we can take after that. For them, a lot of times we simply have to give them food. We simply have to facilitate drugs and stuff like that, because otherwise they will die without that. Now again, I understand someone like Brian is completely different to what we say, but you will go into places and you'll see situations where you would want to have absolutely no conscience, not want to help the child, like Edwin as well. I don't know anyone who could just walk away from that child and say, no, I don't really want to help him. I feel the best thing is to have proper policies and proper programs in place to try build local economies, etc. But there are certain situations where you just have to go, this one specific person we need to give some money, we need to get proper medical attention to him.
Brayo, salamia mimi. Brayo, sasa.
Sasa. Chini. This social work is wonderful, and you get on going on learning many things and new things, and you see when one benefits from community members from our group, I just feel happy.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like I'm making a sacrifice, but it's me. I like doing what I'm doing at the moment with Development Pamoja, because it also like changes you as a person.
This is something I want to do. When you want a job, apart from money, what else do you want? Job satisfaction. Okay, I don't get the money out of this, but I get job satisfaction out of it, so that's very important to me. Like it.
To me, life is very precious. I like people living in dignity. I respect life. And maybe that is why I take a lot of my time, maybe volunteering in the community work, to assist people live longer. I like people living in a precious life, generally.
We're under no illusions that we're going to fix all the problems. And the people we work with, they're still like finding it tough to live, but we want to just try to ease that burden a bit further. From our policy, what we want is just to make these people's lives, their quality of life improve. We are not going to solve all their problems because we don't have the money to do that, we don't have the resources to do that. But if we can improve the quality of life of the people we assist by a small bit, I think we're doing something. Sometimes it doesn't work through no fault of their own. If we can see people that they really want to change their lives, then even if something fails the first time, but they show that they want to make this work, we'll go back and help them again, no problem. All we're looking for, if we have the resources, what we're looking for those that we work with is the desire to better their lives.